faces we saw. Kozen, as well as Shizu. Okay, this is it.
Here we go. How effective is that Selena going to be here in game number 1?
Well, very fast take there by the Jawhead and the Suyo. Of course, that's a benefit that you can get. Instead of actually leashing the other buff, Yowie's helping Zyda just clear out his side of the jungle faster. Usually you'd see a Jawhead and Suyo pair up to make sure that once the Suyo gets to the purple buff, it's already low, and yeah, he could just go ahead and move on with his rotation. But interesting to see how apbren will handle having the Selena, Hylos, Joy, Roam trio, who are all predominantly magic damage.
There goes the Abyssal Arrow immediately as early as less than a minute into the game. But Yaoi still with the ejector flicker will be able to commit onto Dare, but it seems like he will be the one to fall. That's the first blood drawn by apbren.
A very good maneuver here by Chokeskirt. I think he baited someone to get thrown. That's not him. I forgot who that was. And it worked very well for them. I think it was Kekadon. He got thrown back by the Jawhead ejector.
Just when we thought Yaoi was about to run away.
Yeah. In terms of the emblems, nothing too fancy or rupture on the Selena. And yeah, the typical bargain hunter and the Inspire for the Harith. So, very conservative right now after that initial salvo for the Little Wanderer. I think Yaoi will have to think twice about being aggressive with the Jawhead. I like the tough boots rush onto Kekadot. There is a lot of crowd control that he has to deal with against TNC. So far the Joy, Selena, and the Hylos are the ones heading to Temple.
Yeah, it kind of feels like apbren and their river control might be a little limited in terms of like, because they have to manage the wave clear or put a little more effort into managing the wave clear with the Selena here. But let's see how this goes.
Speaking of effort, look at that. Good zone.
Oh, wow. The Eternal Guard immediately used alongside the ejector. Kekadot might just be bursted down, and he will. He will be the first to fall, but who will be able to secure the turtle? Lancy gets the last hit on it instead. Will they still go after apbren? It seems like no, not unless they seem to be playing a little more careful, but Yaoi won't let go of the vision, and he still goes for it. Unstoppable Force onto James Pass, and he will be able to take him out alongside Zyda. There might be another casualty for them. This is too much aggression coming in from TNC.
And TNC Pro Team, Lord JM doing it again. Perfect. Set up with the wall and the knockback as well to disrupt James Banks. Although I believe it was the Eternal Guardian that actually got the last hit on that turtle with a swipe. Because I was looking, it wasn't the Cursed Blast. The hit of the Cursed Blast landed after the turtle was taken down. So yeah, that's the first turtle for the EG of Vixana.
Wow, okay.
It's for Vixana, not for the jungler.
It worked out very well. It's also like, I think it's percent HP damage, so that's why it was pretty good in securing that. And overall, James Banks was given a lot of pressure in that last engagement. He's basically being forced to, in the Filipino term, he's being forced not to play here by TNC for some reason.
They don't want to see the million moves in action. They're limiting so much of James Banks and his movements, and it seems like the farming patterns are more efficient for TNC this time around, but there's another successful ejector play coming from Yaoi, but he will be the first to be taken out. Kekadot will follow as well, but James Banks, will he survive? Oh no, there's a flicker from Gozen, and he still makes it. And here comes Zyda as well, taking out Chokeskirt. There's a flicker from him, but he won't be able to survive. They're still jumping in, will be able to take the trade onto Gozen, but there's a Terrify, there's a flicker as well, and this might just be the disengage unless Zyda still wants to go for it. Evil Queller, he won't be able to continue anymore.
TNC Pro Team now. So what you see is apbren realizing that, you know what? If Kekadot's going to be putting himself in some danger and maybe get picked off, we got to be ready to respond. You know, if anything happens, if Yaoi decides to flicker in, toss him back, we got to be ready.
Oh, is this another toss? Another one! Oh my goodness, he didn't even need to do anything aside from the Evil Queller.
It felt so easy. Every time that Unstoppable Force is off cooldown, it feels like Yaoi can just take it non-stop. But at the trade here, it is apbren with that turtle.
Yeah, say what you will. Yaoi on a Jawhead, literal throwback.
I cannot imagine how annoyed apbren are right now with the constant ejectors, even onto the tankiest members, even onto the front lines. It feels like TNC, they're just that confident because they have enough damage to deal with those tanky frontliners.
Yeah. You're even happy to commit a flicker just to be able to throw someone. That's Yaoi for you.
Yep. Good old pick-off style, run and gun, all speed play style that Yaoi showed and excelled with to make sure he would win a world championship. Thunderbelt already there on the Badang quite early. Glowing Wand for the Vexana. It's a Talisman for the Selena. Just the two gold laners, only up to one item each. Hunter Strike on the Granger and the Starlium Scythe on the Harith.
Yeah, and it seems like they're typical War Axe first, but will that be the best way to go? Since TNC is really aggressive at this point, and they might not be able to sustain much of the team fights if ever TNC keeps going at it with this pacing.
The threat of doing that over and over again is your enemy kind of just gets wary. He gets used to your movements. Like every time you flare up, they just know you're going to go in. So I wonder if that's going to come into effect here in this game.
TNC now committing a 4-1 split, sending James Pang's top side, while Zyda's doing the same, managing the far lane for TNC Pro Team. And apbren have wisened up and adjusted to Yaoi's aggressive posturing, as they now try to make sure that Kekadot has some help nearby. And Chovskirt is actually getting helped out by Dare in the mid lane to clear it out faster, but up top, James Banks!
Oh, they're gonna trap him here under the turret, and even under the turret, take him out. Zyda's now unstoppable, and they meet, the junglers meet in the top lane.
So it seems like they are doing exactly what we thought they were. They're stopping James Banks from even going into the map.
Even getting the trades.
Yeah, Zyda showing off his experience. Oh, Yaoi gets stunned.
Oh, will he be taken out here? Will the damage be enough? That's another ejector onto Kekadot and the Salmon Force. The damage is there, but the Glorious Pathway might be able to allow him to escape. But there's Respo from Lord JM, as well as Lancy with a flicker. They are being so confident right now.
Absolutely good response there from their opposing side here. And don't forget, top lane's also getting pushed in. All that gold going over to Zyda as well. 5-0 and free right now on the Suyo.
Yeah, he's really showing off his experience as an MPL champion, a two-time, well, a back-to-back MPL champion, and finals MVP as well in Season 2. So Zyda really just showing why before James Banks got here, he got here first.
Oh. And they're literally not allowing him to even farm.
That's right.
I couldn't be exactly sure as to how much gold difference is currently existing between these two junglers, but even just in terms of levels, looking at it, that's a 2-level gap immediately. Yaoi, will he go for another ejector play? James Pangs is already here, using the electrifying beats onto Yaoi, and there goes the beautiful Deathly Grasp alongside the Eternal Guard. Kekadot will try to run away, Kozin takes out Dare, but there's the Conceal, and they might just be able to escape, but Dare will not be able to live.
TNC Pro Team, the lineup that they brought up here, up against a team making their debut in the MPL. Of course, yes, Kekadot and Dare are coming back to the MPL, but they are a debuting team. They show up with a lineup that are just smothering you. We know what Jawhead brings to the table, paired up with his physical defense Shred with a Suyo. We know what Suyo does. We know how well just Harith can be annoying to deal with if you don't get to shut him down early. So that's what they decided to draft against apbren. Smother them.
Will the damage be enough this time, though? Those are 2 Abyssal Arrows consecutively hitting Yaoi, but he still has the flicker, and that's a beautiful counter engage coming in from Lord JM! And now Kekadot as well will be a double kill for Kozan!
How do you play if you're apbren here? It's so hard to actually even move out of the map, and even when you think you're gonna get the kill, you get denied.
And another denial as well for James Banks himself. This first Lord might just really go into the hands of TNC. I mean, even recalling what happened earlier, it seemed like the perfect moment for apbren to go in. Yaoi was so low, the flicker was forced out. But how could you not anticipate that counter-attack coming in from Lord JM?
Yeah, they got baited into that. The fist break paired up with Eternal Guardian. Lord JM and Lancy were just watching. apbren said go, Lord JM said no. And Lancy said, y'all are gonna get blown up. What a counter by TNC.
In basketball terms, that is called denied.
Yes.
It's a huge block.
Yes, it
is. It's just no going around it. That was a good response from Lord JM this time around.
It's like, you know, when LeBron James is a really good block, he go, blocked by James. I was like, blocked by JM.
Lord J, isn't he Lord J?
Why do I want to say that later?
Maybe later.
Maybe if it happens again.
If it happens again.
But hopefully for apbren, it doesn't. Holy Shields are about to pop right now since there's a minion in the middle lane. And they still have a Lord marching up top.
Yeah, I really gotta say, Lord James or Lancey, if they win this, either of them have to be the MVP. Let's see if he can do it again.
Yaoi's up front.
Wait, the Abyssal Arrow connects onto Kozen, but they still won't go for it. Yaoi kind of low. Oh, they just need one more hit. And that might be a successful defense from apbren. They eliminated the threat of another ejector play from Yaoi.
Nice sidestep as well from Lancey, being very aware. But then, that's apbren basically denying the attack as well. No Lord push happening today.
Yeah, TNC Pro Team has Balloon. This is like old school Echo Express playstyle that we're seeing with Yaoi on the Jawhead again with a throwback. Oracle, second item for the Badang, rushing the cooldown reduction. Great itemization. Same as well here for Zyda, knowing he got the Snowball, already got the BOD, and the Blood Wings for the Vexana. Still waiting on the items, or the second item of the Selena. Gonna be a while.
Whoa.
Dominance Eyes only for that high loss.
They're still on second item for their mid laner.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's just
nasty.
how difficult the situation is for apbren, whereas their junglers are like 4K apart.
Yeah, and James Banks is struggling to get any farm, any XP whatsoever.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it could have been better, but I wish I was an Aurora. You're up against literal phoenixes. How do you put out fire? Use some ice.
No. And
That's logic.
Yeah, I'm just using basic common sense right now.
unless the ice does melt, and then
But, and again,
you're
look,
slippery, bro.
yeah, you would have. It would have been so great right now if they had the frigid glacier as
Yeah.
the counter engage
Agreed.
to the eventual entry of Lord James. Imagine if Lord James there is like, ha, I get to fist break you. If that was an Aurora, suddenly, wait, why is there ice forming underneath my feet? He gets frozen. The counter engage of TNC is a little bit tougher. Yaoi might not be able to escape. It's gonna be harder for Kozen as
Yeah.
well.
That's true. And maybe some of these Granger shots will sink in even more.
Yes.
Even easier to hit the shots.
Yeah, I mean, all the range that apbren has right now, they couldn't really maximize it to its full potential. TNC just keeps closing the gap. So even when you want to like poke them from afar, even for just a moment, that doesn't really happen anymore. TNC just keeps going for it, but could something happen here for apbren? Oh, maybe not for them, because TNC will be the one to start the fight once more. There is down for them, and they're in full control of the Lord Pit. Kekedot, will he be able to find a way for his teammates to go in? That's
Gonna
another
try.
angled arrow from Chop Skirt. Yaoi is quite low, and now they know that there is no ejector. Oh, Yaoi gets taken out by the Lord. James Banks finds a way in, but it's too late. Zyda already secures the Lord. Kozen takes down Kekedot. James Banks dashes out of that fist crack, but Zyda's still chasing for him. But the Lord immediately spawns too.
Okay, Zyda's not letting James Banks go home. He wants to
Chase
chase
it.
down the joy!
Just when you thought you were out, you get pulled back in.
What an angle! He anticipated that dash coming in from James Banks, and Shizu! A solo kill from Kozen! He's not waiting for the Lord anymore, he's just dancing with the Zaman Force alongside the Eternal Guards as well! Chop Skirt's the only one left, and there's only so much he can do! TNC take game!